Hey guys, it's Lauren and I'm back with another ugly Christmas sweater because it's December and I'm totally getting into the Christmas spirit, as you can see. So today I'm doing a video. I am really excited to do this video. So from I don't know if it was just the December weather kicking in, the kind of gloomy, colder weather, or the fact that Ralph hasn't been 100% or whatever, but like I haven't been in the totally best mood, and I don't know, I was kind of down in a rut and it was not the greatest, so basically I just wanted to kind of make a video to uplift the mood of the winter time. So this video is going to be about kind of your mindset and how to have a better ride. This is inspired by Dressage Mastery Academy. They have training videos online and Natasha is the woman that runs it and she is incredible. She's a Grand Prix dressage rider and she really just breaks it down for you and talks, like literally breaks it down step by step how to get your horse to the point where you want it to be and how to make it super adjustable and rideable, and it is so helpful. And so there was one segment in her videos and it was talking about your rider mindset and it really inspired me and kind of uplifted my mood. So yeah, I kind of wanted to do a spin-off of some of the things she said and put it in my own video so that you guys might have the same effect. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I think is that turn your negatives into positives, and yes, it's a lot easier said than done, but first of all, I think just look at your riding and yourself as a rider and your horse and stuff, and just think about all the things that you struggle with and that are not up to standard with your own standards and just stuff that you want to improve on. So for me, it's definitely like lead changes and downwards transitions. I literally suck, and they're never as smooth as I want them to be or accurate or anything close to that. Look at all those negatives or the things you think are negatives and then tell yourself, flying lead changes are easy, downwards transitions are easy, like I can do them perfectly, I can do them when I want them, whenever I want to. And if you just keep telling yourself that, you'll get better and better. Like, remember when we all couldn't post-trot and it was the hardest thing of life and you look at people and they're doing it so naturally and you're like, what the heck, like that is impossible. But it just comes to you so naturally now because you're like, that's easy. Like you see other people do it, it's like, yeah, it's easy, like I'll get it. And then eventually you do and it becomes like a second nature to you. Like it just comes, like you start trotting and you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to think up, down anymore. It comes to you naturally. So if you just keep telling yourself that all those things that you think you suck at or you think that you aren't the best at, that they're really easy and you can do it when you want, where you want, however you want, what pace you want, like that is how to change your mindset from thinking negatively into thinking positively. And it really changes how you look at your riding because if you're constantly thinking, oh, I can't do it, then, or like if it's not as good as you want it to be, you get stressed out. You get stressed out with your horse because you think they're not doing what you want them to do, and it just really doesn't put you in a good situation at all. So just try to tell yourself that whatever it is that you think you are struggling with, that really it's easy and that you can do it and there's nothing to it, you just need to practice and it'll come. Yeah, negative thoughts sabotage your good ride and your potential. If you keep telling yourself you can't do it, you'll be discouraged and you probably won't do it to the best that you think you could or that you have potential to. So just change your thinking into thinking that it's easy and you can do it. Another one that Natasha touched on was that there is no past and there is no future, which I really like. It's just the present moment, so don't think about the past rides you've had and don't think about the future, like, oh, I could fall off at this jump because in the past I fell off at this jump, so it affects your future, and thinking about both of those affects your present. So yeah, just always go into your ride and tell yourself before everything, like every single thing I've done, every ride in the past doesn't matter, and everything that's gonna come doesn't matter, it's just this ride right now. Because that puts you in literally the moment, and even if you had a great ride yesterday, if you have a not so good ride today, then that means that your mood won't be too affected because you weren't thinking about, oh, how great that ride was yesterday, why wasn't today's as good? Like, you have to take each day as its own day and as its own ride, because not all your days are the same. So what you have to do is you have to just take each day at a time and just really break it down and say, yeah, like, I don't care about how many good rides I've had in the past, how many bad rides, or what happened yesterday or 2 years ago, and I don't care about if my horse is going to do this or if I'm going to fall off or whatever. Just focus on your ride, and it's going to be so much better for you and your horse. Going along with that, there's no emotional attachment to the outcome. So yeah, when you go and you ride and you show and stuff, just know that you can't get emotionally attached to what happens after your ride is finished or after your show is done. If you don't do a great job, whatever. It was just one bad ride. Maybe it was a couple bad rides, but you just know now what you need to work on. You can't get really down and like beat yourself up about it. Also, if you have a bad ride just on a regular day, you can't get angry at the outcome, or you can't get upset or have any emotional attachment to it, because that way it's going to affect your future rides. And yeah, it's just going along with that ride in the moment. Don't think about what could happen or what has happened. A really big one is let your horse be your trainer. If something doesn't work out for you and your methods aren't working, try something else. Sometimes you don't need to go and scour the nation for the perfect coach and whatever to help you with your rides. Just pay attention to your horse, listen to what they're trying to tell you. If something isn't working, then don't do it anymore. Try something else, change what you're doing. And that really helps you not to get in a slump and not to get into a routine, because that's just boring for everyone, and especially if it's not working, it gets everyone frustrated because you're trying the same thing over and over again and it's not doing anything better or getting the outcome you want. So overall, that will just make you so much more positive in your rides, because it'll give you something to look forward to. Like, oh, in this ride I'm going to really see what works and what doesn't, and what my horse has to tell me and what I'm not being clear about. And basically work with your horse and let them train you. It's not all about you training them and telling them that one certain method that you're trying needs to work for them. So yeah, it really makes a better rider-horse relationship that way. One of my favorites is don't take anything too seriously. Laugh during your rides. If your horse is really fresh and hasn't been ridden for a couple days and it decides to throw in a buck or something in the warm-up, don't get mad at your horse. Just laugh and correct it and go back to whatever gait you were going. And like, don't take everything too seriously. If you ride for like a living and a career, you might be a little more serious about riding and stuff. Or if you have a Grand Prix level horse and it isn't acting the way you want it to, it's not being like confused, or just like it knows what it needs to do and it knows its job. And so in that case, yes, you need to kind of get after it. But riding is fun. Riding is like a pastime that everyone loves and like what a lot of people are super passionate about. So it isn't great if every time you ride and your horse does something that you don't want it to, that you get angry or frustrated. Just laugh, just have a good time. I always talk to Ralph when I ride and laugh, and like if he does something like kind of bad or not that I wanted him to do, I just laugh and correct it. I'm like, you're being funny, like, and then you just correct it and keep on going. So really, you don't have to always be so serious when you ride, just a little more lighthearted. Also with that, do some other things other than arena work or like strict lessons, because that allows you to laugh and have some fun, like go on a trail ride. So yeah, that will also help you to just have better rides and a more positive outlook on rides. Another thing to have a more positive ride is to change with your horse. Again, going with the fact that you need to let your horse train you. Yeah, basically what you need to do is just change with your horse. If your horse needs a different contact, a different riding style, change with your horse. Again, it really takes away from the fun of riding if you are fighting your horse and your horse is fighting you and you can't come to a common ground. It's so much better if you can really try different methods out and see what works, and that way you're always doing different things and you're always trying to better yourself as a rider and better your relationship with your horse so you can have better rides. One that I really struggle with is learning to love challenges and problems and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I really do like a good challenge, and I've never turned down a challenge, and I love riding difficult horses and really trying out my skills and putting them to the test. But that being said, I think I go about it too kind of single-mindedly. There's a million ways to do something wrong and 100 ways to do something right. So yeah, just find out something that works for you. I think everyone should try to be an expert in the problems that they're facing. If you find a problem or something that you want to change, literally look into it. Look online, ask different coaches, ask your vet. I never think that there's only one way to do something correctly with horses. There's so many different horses, so many different riders, so many different riding styles, and not just one thing will work. Maybe a couple things will work for your horse, maybe only one thing will work, but it'll be the last thing you ever thought would work is the thing that would work. So basically just be an expert in the problems that your horse throws at you. Just completely indulge in it. Be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much that you gave me that problem, horse. Like, I love you. I'm gonna go research it and I'm gonna go try every single thing I can to fix it so that we can have better rides and positive rides and work on new things and keep progressing in our riding. The last one I have for you guys is 2, and I forgot what I just read on my phone. Okay, so the last thing is to take responsibility for your rides. A lot of people know that the good rides are coming from them, but they aren't so quick to realize that the bad rides are also coming from them. You have to know that when you get on a horse, it's you and the horse in that moment and your partnership, and if you're having a bad ride and something doesn't work, you can't blame the horse, you have to blame yourself. Like, it's not your fault, but it's your problem to deal with. Like, if you have a bad ride and bad rides continuously and like nothing's going right, you have to realize that that's you not communicating to your horse properly. You have to realize that somehow along the way that things got mixed up and confused and your horse doesn't know what to do and it's getting frustrated and you're getting frustrated. So that just kind of goes with everything I've just said about learning all about the problems that you face and trying new things that you don't think you would, and thinking of challenges as positives, not negatives. So yeah, people just have to learn to take responsibility. If you do all those things that I said, that's great, but it doesn't really change anything if you don't really take responsibility for the things you do wrong and for the bad rides you have, because the good is you and the bad is also you. People are way too quick to blame their horse and to say that, oh, my horse did this and my horse just wasn't giving me the right changes today and the right downwards transitions today. I'm so fed up with them. I'm so frustrated. No, that's you. That's you not communicating properly to your horse. That's you not giving the right signals. That's you not timing it correctly. And that's you just needing more experience and more practice and more time to play with your horse and to figure out what works and what doesn't. So yeah, that is my little positivity video about your rider mindset. If you want to hear Natasha's take on this, definitely subscribe to Dressage Mastery Academy and watch her mindset part, because it was really inspiring and inspired me to make this video. Yeah, I really like her teaching methods, and I really like a lot of coaches' teaching methods, and so I kind of like to watch and learn from a lot of different coaches and then put it together and then find what works best for me and Ralph. So yeah, I've definitely been trying out a lot of different things recently, and I'm finding that some things work and some things don't. And that's what I encourage all of you guys to do. Just really Don't take your riding too seriously, and just when your horse throws you a problem or you encounter something that you want to change, just look at it as a positive and look at it as something that you can do to better your riding and your partnership with your horse so that you can have way better rides every ride. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I liked making it, and I think, well, I hope that you guys can take something good from it. So yeah, happy holidays everyone. Christmas is coming super soon, and I hope to be vlogging over the Christmas break because it is Christmas break now. And yeah, so we will see what happens. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye! And you're too far away. Great. Can't seem to get away from misery, and I try